We have a real problem, fellas. I think I'm addicted to making CS News videos. What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I got my coffee. Do you guys have your beverage? Because we got some great news out there. First and foremost, we're talking about S1mple. As in a previous stream, he actually was asked about Kyousuke. If you guys somehow don't know Kyousuke by now, we've talked a lot about him these past few weeks. A supreme up-and-comer in the CS scene. The next Donk. He's on Spirit Academy. They probably will not be letting him go anytime this year. And S1mple was asked about that. To which he said, yeah, he's a really good player, and he's really curious to see how he actually continues to grow as a player. He thinks that Spirit is waiting to actually have him on the main roster, and that they probably will not let him go.
It's real crazy. What did you think of Kyousuke? He's nuts, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has good rating, yes, and everyone says, like, if not Donk, he would play in Spirit, main Spirit. But we need to see how he's gonna play at LAN, because Donk proved, you know.
Yes.
And interesting how this guy gonna play. But of course, yeah, I think he's always playing and trying to get as fast as possible in tier 1 team.
A lot of these young talents coming up.
But I think maybe Spirit won't allow to sell him. So.
Yeah, they just wait, right? Wait for when he's ready to go to main team.
Just so you know, Banks in the second round.
To which I'm like, yo, S1mple, why don't you just go down to Spirit Academy, have some fun with the guys, help bring them up, and then you go to Spirit eventually. And I know that makes no sense, but I'm spitting some things because we've heard nothing about S1mple in these last few months, which is crazy. But it's been nice to see him compete in the 2v2 just the other day from Ev, the 200K 2v2 event, which we covered on this channel, our last couple of videos. It's also been nice seeing him stream every now and again, but no rumors on S1mple. Those were his thoughts on Kyousuke, who is the talk of the town right now. All right, CS is not struggling. They're doing very well. And speak of the devil when it comes to that, our next story is all around Donk and M0nesy. Last video, we talked about them winning that $200,000 2v2 tournament. They take home $120,000, not to mention bonuses, including the MVP and some knives that they had. So they're making like 70 grand yesterday, no big deal. And they were actually asked by Banks, did some great post-game interviews. Make sure to go check out Banks on all socials, especially Twitter. And in that, he actually asked them about the busy schedules and playing in tournaments like they just did. And they were like, yeah, this year's schedule is pretty packed. There's probably not going to be room for like any tournaments like this, which is understandable. But also, like, it sucks because we thought last year and the last 5 years were busy. It's not slowing down at all for CS.
M0nesy, I'm going to start by asking you. For you, why did you agree to like take part in this tournament? Just because you enjoy it? It's fun?
It's fun. It's also, I don't know, like 2v2 format is nice to play. I also had some free time to play, so I didn't want to not agree, you know?
Would it be nice to have like more of these fun tournaments? Because like I know some players just say, I don't want to play during break and stuff, but would you guys like to see more?
No, to be like this kind of tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think in this year is gonna be tough because of the all the tournaments we're
Crazy
going to
schedule.
play. It's insane, and no, I think first of all, it's gonna be difficult to participate in this kind of tournaments. I mean, if people will find, you know, like I think it's going to be hard at the start of the year, and maybe during player break, if people will not go for vacations, then people can try to, I don't know, play this kind of tournaments, but it's hard.
And then in a follow-up question, because we got to see these guys after the last major, they were hanging out, and then we got to see them actually compete together, which was nuts. Donk and M0nesy in a 2v2 tournament. Who thought they had a freaking... I don't think anyone thought they had a chance. Banks was like, yo, what was it like playing together? And then you got the best response possible from Donk. Short, sweet, simple.
Last question really for you guys, Donk and M0nesy. How was it playing with each other in a 2v2 tournament? Obviously you play Face It and stuff, right? But how was this like just working with each other, communicate? Was it just laughing and having fun?
It was nice.
It was good. It was good. You feel confidence on each other's shoulders.
And I do want to say a quick shout out to our esports betting sponsor, that being Thunderpick. They will be here for January, which helps me afford more coffee. I will be betting probably on the Blast Bounty matches through them, and I do appreciate them being here. And thanks to all of you guys. You're the reason why they were around in the first place. But now back to the news. And I just love CS News because the first few stories, we're just talking about some of the greatest players of all time, just commenting on each other. It's kind of crazy, and none of them are from North America. I must have mixed up some sheet or a couple there. But also, as we slowly approach our first official event of this year, that being Blast Bounty, we're going to see some of those guys going head-to-head, including probably Donk and M0nesy. And then, of course, we got maybe Nico and Falcons debuting as well, to which I think we've already seen M0nesy say that there's going to be Train being played at Blast Bounty, so it's super exciting stuff. And we're also going to see a brand new Analyst, that being Dupreeh, is stepping into a new role, which I'm always excited for. For me, the best add-on last year that was also by Blast was Stico. I love that guy, one of the kindest souls of all time, and a very analytical mind. It's just different when you have these players join the broadcast and what they have to value, intellect and info-wise. It's amazing. So I imagine someone like Dupreeh is going to be in the same boat. I am a bit surprised to see him as a talent role, but I mean, the more the merrier, right? So we'll get to see that. And something that is not more the merrier, and we'll be talking about probably in the next video, because this is bad. If you actually care about the overall ecosystem of Counter-Strike, I understand that some of you guys probably don't if you don't watch it, but I've actually watched quite a few female events, actually in person. I go to a lot of DreamHack events, and they always have female events as well as all the other esports events, including sometimes some CS events there too. And so this one kind of sucks as we see NAVI release their female roster. Again, one of the better teams in the world and not the first team to do so in just the last 30 days. They say the ecosystem for female Counter-Strike is unsustainable and not allowing for long-term planning, and they are now the 5th organization in the last 35 days to drop their female team. And that sucks. That is marking certainly an issue we'll probably talk about again in the next episode. But that's not good. A lot of esports have not figured out how to complement both the female and male scene, which is, I guess, understandable, right? You have a rift between the audiences. Not everyone's going to be catered to both of those. But it's always cool when a game like Counter-Strike has been for so long able to pull it off. And now all of a sudden 2025 rolls around, or late 2024, and all of these teams are dropping their female rosters on point. Something is up, and I hope it does get resolved, because I enjoy seeing both sides. I enjoy seeing both of those storylines. I know we don't cover it that often, but it is cool to have both of those things, you know, flourishing at once. And I think it's been a while since the female side has actually flourished, but at least they were around, and this is not good. But very lastly, for all of you guys on this fine and dandy morning, as per usual, thanks to all of you guys who've been leaving comments. A lot of you guys commented yesterday on what maps you want to see in, what maps you want to see out, and a lot of Vertigo supporters in the comments down there, which I tip my cap to. I'm sorry that I'm such a big hater. I didn't mean to offend you out there, but we have heroic roster rumors that are pretty much confirmed thanks to Sheep Esports. They do a great job. They've actually been breaking quite a few changes so far this offseason, and it will be the supposed heroic roster, which is set to have S1mple, formerly of Falcons, and of course formerly of Events. S1mple, I'm still a big believer in. Then we have Nilo apparently joining this roster, and the Sangal trio that was formerly apparently already rumored by HLTV. So we have Linz or LNZ, Xfloud, and one of the coolest names I've seen in a while, that being Youngster over from Sangal. So that trio set to join them. I imagine that helps with points a little bit. We see a lot of trios floating around out there, and that was already previously rumored. And so what do you guys think about this heroic roster, which I will say it feels weird from the Dane that once was, but now do you trust management? Do you trust this organization to build something behind this roster? And I'll be honest, with what Heroic did the last year, I'm going to be a believer. I've also met them at several events. They're really nice guys. So I'm a believer. And I can't wait to see what they do on social media, because that's one thing they have certainly nailed. Heroic has certainly nailed this offseason when it comes to transfers and fees and, well, getting rid of an entire roster that once was and made a great run. And this is their replacement. I'm excited. Like, if Heroic can keep on doing this and keep on proving some things, they can really make some moves up in the book when you talk about Danish competitors out there of Astralis in recent memory, right, of successful rosters, which I still am really excited about this Astralis roster. We haven't heard like anything about them in the offseason, but it's always been Astralis, Heroic, and then Tricked, rest in peace, Tricked, all these other Danish organizations trying to compete with each other. And I feel like Heroic's been climbing the ladder of like, hey, we can do this too. Maybe I'm just rambling. Till next time, hope you guys all enjoy though. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care. Okay, bye.